Ay, 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 Musik. Ay, 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 Musik. Well, how do you do, folks? I'm here with video number 3. I'm going out of my mind, and it feels like I'm back in school again, which, to be honest, were some of the greatest times of my life. But something that might not be the greatest time of your life, folks, is MindsEye. You know I've been excited about this game because Leslie Benzies, an ex-GTA man when he used to be at Rockstar Games, is headlining this with Build a Rocket Boy.
Hello, I'm Leslie Benzies, director of MindsEye, Build a Rocket Boy's new action-adventure set in the fictional city of Red Rock, where AI and human greed collide to bring Earth to the precipice of collapse. All captured on PlayStation 5 Pro. We're now proud to share some gameplay footage with the explosive combat and high-octane driving that you can expect on PlayStation 5 later this year.
But guess what? Mr. Maddie Plays, one of my favourite YouTubers ever, got his hands on a preview copy of the game. Which makes me wonder, Build a Rocket Boy, why didn't you send me a copy? I would have given you fair play, I would have told you what I liked or disliked about the game. But having watched Mr. Maddie Play's video about this, and I'm going to go through some of what he said about MindsEye, oh my god, I tell you what, this game might crash and burn before it even gets a chance to shine. And apparently, it's bug-ridden too. How can this be? Was that dramatic enough for you? Was that a good take? Yeah, alright, brilliant, because I want to go and eat some fish and chips now. Alright, I'll see you in a few minutes.
You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
Who?
Jack Burton. Me.
They hunted him down. They murdered his friends. And they took the only thing he would kill for.
You know this guy?
Yeah, but I'm not proud of it.
If it's a mission no man can survive, he's the man for the job.
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Fuck you, asshole.
So watch out for him and his babes of the 1980s. Hail to the Jason Kings, baby.
It's all in the reflexes.
Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here today. Hope you're all doing absolutely excellent. Today, I'm bringing you a preview for MindsEye. Likely something you've been searching for a while if you have any interest on this game, because there's been very little information on it, very little gameplay on it. So I'm excited to talk to you about it here today.
Now, I've got to admit, somebody who was really excited about this game, I have to admit that the last video I made where I talked about what I gathered so far in terms of the gameplay, look, I was fine with it. Like I said, if you go back to the mid-noughties, it'll be the type of game that you and I will be playing. So I don't have an issue with that, but I understand the argument. I understand the discourse. Like, you know, it's 2025, dude. These games should be absolute bangers when they come out. And like throughout Mr. Mattie's video, he talks about, is there trouble behind the scenes? Like, you got a team of 300 to 400 people that build a rocket boy. So why couldn't they get this rocket off the launch pad? I don't know. It's so bizarre. And I'm going to skip some of this video here and just get into the main part of what Matty says with his commentary.
I've seen previews in a good state. I've seen previews in a bad state. This is up there with some of the worst I've seen, just in the terms of preparation. You could just feel the energy in the room was like, we got to go. Like, the pressure just felt real. Taking that out of the equation, all that matters for you at the end point is the quality of the game here. And I'm just going to run down a list of bugs that I saw. And by the end of the presentation, like, we swear these are all patched. You don't have to worry about any of them. But look, I have seen that song and dance before. I always remember going to my Fallout 76 preview event. And when I went there, the game ran like shit. And Bethesda was like, we swear it's going to run well at launch. How'd that go? So I learned my lesson, right? I learned my lesson about, like, putting faith in them. It's like, I know game development. It's like, there's a lot here that needs into cover. And I think that ability to get around.
Here we go. Let's have a look at this.
There was pretty brutal pop-in with the textures. When they were flying over the city, they got into a sky car and they were flying over, and you could just see it in real time. Did not look very good.
All this stuff looks really nice.
I think there were
like
a lot
it.
of frame dips.
I'm a big fan of driving through a night-time cityscape. Do you know what I mean in the video game? I've got a thing about cities, and I can't say the other word, but you know what I'm talking about. What rhymes with cities? Oh, I'm such a mischievous schoolboy today, aren't I? And again, you know, Matt's uploaded this video in 1440p. I mean, 4K will be the nice sweet spot. I think this will make this a whole lot more spectacular and stunning to behold. But
I'm going to put a little bit of an asterisk on because this was all streamed to us, and so it's possible it was lagging.
Oh, yeah, so something I should have said at the beginning, folks. This is a hands-off preview, so Matt couldn't actually play this game with his own controller. Builder Rocket Boy just said, look, here's a 1 hour long demo. Watch it and leave your critique. Which I think is a very bad business practice. I mean, surely, guys, whatever game developer you are, I mean, if you're confident about your product, get it out there. And hey, dummy, come back here.
A few moments later.
Let's enable AI tracking again. Right. Oh, are we back there? Are we back? Right. Thank you. So that's what I'm saying, right? If you're a games developer and you're absolutely confident about your game, you'll be giving it out left, right, and center, wouldn't you? But if you're just selecting a few high-profile YouTubers to talk about video games all the time, and they're savaging your game so far, I'll be fair to Mr. Maddie Plays here. He doesn't completely go in there and ramshackle the game to bits. There were some elements that he liked, but overall, if you're looking about a percentage, I think it was 80% negative, 20% positive. I mean,
but it looked like it was, you know, stuttering pretty hard during certain stretches. I'll be on the lookout for this, though, and you should be too. So that's why I just wanted to at least mention it. Things I did actually see, though, were the ones I mentioned before, and also some weird balancing things. The demoist, I've never seen this in my entire life. The demoist used invincibility to get around 2 different encounters in 2 different missions that they otherwise would have died in because they were very clearly unbalanced. Again, I have never seen that before. That is like mid-production stuff. Like when you have not balanced your game and you're like, we just need to test if this can go like start to finish and like the skeleton, the quest works. That's what you do. So to see that a month away from launch, I'm like, oh boy, that's not good. There were even names missing in subtitles. It would just say like none. I thought that was weird. There were enemies spawning in front of you. At one point, this happened just one time, to be fair. And there was another point where I saw in that same mission, and it looked like it could feel good in those moments, but also kind of separating itself from GTA and bringing it more in line with like a cyberpunk. You kind of have these sky cars and you could fly over Red Rock City. Interestingly, though, during the entire demo, we did not see the inside of the city, really, outside of like a motel.
Oh, man, come on.
Otherwise, like you did not drive through the city or anything like that. I went, based on the performance stuff I may have seen, it started to make a little bit of sense. But there was also one other comment I'll get into at the end of this video that stood out to me of like why we maybe didn't go into the city. Overall, though, presentation for cutscenes, I think, was the game's strongest point. I was definitely like into sort of the political espionage tale that was kind of being woven. I was like, okay, I could see this being a little bit interesting here.
No, the cutscenes, I've actually commented on them before. I think I did, where I thought they were very well done. I mean, I hope the majority of the money that's gone on this game, again, it's a Nexon overseed game as well, right? So again, Builder Rocket Boy is owned by an Asian company. I don't know if they've actually lent any interference. They wanted this game to come out at a certain point. I don't know if they got swayed by Leslie Benzies' resume that as an ex-Rockstar producer. I have no idea, man. And again, I said that this game is borrowed elements from another Rockstar game, which is Max Payne 3. But I wonder as well if they were trying to reuse assets from the previous GTA games, and maybe Rockstar stepped in and said, hang on, Mr. Benzies, you can't do that. You got to find your own move set. Don't steal ours. I don't know what's been going on behind this. I like to kind of go in with eyes wide open, like the Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman film, and give people the benefit of the doubt. But honestly, the more I see of Mr. Matty Plays a despondent look here as he goes through the rest of this, again, offhand demo, it's not looking good.
Here, all these sensibilities that are very GTA-like are here, and again, it's really that camera. I think if this camera was positioned or worked differently in any other way, this game might be getting trounced just because it would not remind people of the thing they love so much. The enemy time to kill was very sort of like knife in the back type of storytelling that was ongoing, where to see like a portal, this sort of magical thing, I'm like, what the heck is this? But yeah, like a literal portal was just there, and you can step through it. And this is where the game has content that you can build. So it's called Arcadia, and there are these tools that are available on PC at launch. Basically, you're allowed to fill the map with encounters and stuff, which makes me anticipate a hollow map, because one thing they said in the middle of the presentation was talking about post-launch content. They said that as they were flying over the city, they said, yeah, this is like Red Rock City. And
so, if I'm not wrong, this is a bit like the recent Forza Horizon games where you can build your own tracks, your own courses, and share it with other people online. I guess they're going for something like this in MindsEye, but again, from what Mr. Maddie has observed and heard and seen, is that maybe like this extra content you get in the game, well, this might be it. You're providing the extra content yourself. I might be misreading that or misinterpreting that, but that's what comes to mind. And I tell you what, good thing I did not pre-order this game. I know I said I did, but I kind of changed my mind at that point. I wishlisted it, but oh my God. I think, to be honest, I mean, I'll leave my final thought for the end of this video, but let's just go towards nearly the end of this and see what Matty says.
crime-based open world shooter. Again, 15 hours, I was like, I mean, it's shorter than I expected for sure for the main
Yeah, 15 hours for your major debut title game. I would expect it to be at least 25 hours. I mean, the first Uncharted game back all the way in what, 2007 is around 20 hours, depending on what difficulty you select, right? So, I mean, that's such a shame, actually. But then again, Space Marine 2, what was that? That wasn't a very long campaign as well, was it? Again, all dependent on what difficulty you choose, right, folks?
story. But when I heard that, I was like, okay, like I can kind of get down with that. But it just feels very hidden and no hands-on. I'm like, So,
yeah, that's bad.
You know, I got to be real and just say, like, my defense is a bit up with this game. I don't like to do this for previews because it's really hard to walk out, especially an hour-long preview, and just kind of be like this. So I hope to those of you who...
Yeah, because Mr. Matty's working on his own debut video game. So when he goes through stuff here, you can tell the guy actually knows what he's talking about. Don't know what his final game is going to look like. I mean, he should be prepared for getting it savaged by other people too. But then again, folks like me who like him might give him a bit of a pass, but I don't really know. But
who watch a lot of my previews, you know what this kind of speaks to with the quality of the game that I've seen thus far. So just wanted to record some thoughts, put them out there, give you all the information that you can kind of operate off of with MindsEye. And keep an eye out if they change anything with the game. If it launches June 10th, definitely have your guard up. If they delay it, that would increase my optimism for the game a lot, because I think polish was the main thing it looked like it needed. And
cheers, Matty. That's all I wanted to see from this preview. Didn't want it to go on for too long. But what I will say is, if they release the game in a broken state, I think it will get slashed in price probably about 2 weeks after its launch in next month. And that's going to be bad news because they'll lose a lot of money. And I don't know if that studio will survive with the making of whatever other titles they got coming out, right? So I don't know. It's just I'm so disappointed to hear this news. And again, you know, Digital Foundry, while I didn't appreciate them kind of going in heavy-handed and saying, oh, this looks like it's really bad. And yeah, look, I will admit some of the things that I saw, like the slow movement behind the car and taking cover and coming out of cover and popping things, it did look a bit slow, I have to agree. But me, I was kind of more like, well, I want to give this a chance. The concept is not original, but it's refreshing to see in 2025, right, when we're all starved of video games. Video gaming, again, folks, is the biggest industry in the world, more so than movies, music, and anything else. And I would expect more to come from this game. I don't know, was it writer's block? Was it a creative block? Were the devs at each other's throats like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that? Is it like a clash of ideas? Because, you know, you might have a really great idea as a video game coder, I mean, you take it to your manager, but then they'll say, well, hang on, we've got this, so we can't possibly marry up the two together. You got to go back and change it, bro, or sis, whatever. But what did you think, folks? Were you surprised that I was making a video like this, actually being doubtful now about MindsEye? Well, I've got to be honest, folks. I have to go along with what's out there, if I kind of pretend to put the blinkers on, over my mind's eye or my third eye, if you know what I mean, then that's going to be disingenuous. But if you enjoyed this video today, folks, make sure you leave a like below, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you catching me for the return of my next video.